Otto Italia. So I have got a new model from Automobile, and I ordered this one directly from Automobile. And it is the Alfa Romeo 145. It's a model that I have been wanting for many years, and I never thought anybody was actually going to produce a model of the Alfa Romeo 145. I did actually own an Alfa Romeo 145 many years ago, and maybe like that, I owned that particular car in like 2003, so that's maybe like the only photo I have still of it, and it was like the Max Per era. So yes, it got a heavy dose of modifications, and it was a great car. Yeah, I was a lot younger back then, and the car was driven very, very hard all the time. And if you own an Alfa Romeo, you have to be. It's an enthusiast car, like sort of like a Mazda rotary or something. Like we twin spark engines and stuff. You have to maintain them. You have to look after them and regularly. And then, but if you do, they're great cars. You can't just drive them for 10,000 miles and never open the bonnet. That's not how you own an Alfa Romeo. An Alfa Romeo, you need to look after it. You need to service it. You need to maintain it. You need to check it. And that way, Alfa Romeo that was a great car. And my dad at the same time had a Alfa Romeo 146, which was the big brother, the four-door version. And yeah, I never thought I would see an Alfa Romeo 145 in 118 scale. I had hinted in comments many times over 3 different model brands, and whoa, I was blown away whenever I seen Otto announcing, maybe back in like October or something like that, when they were going to be making one. So I was straight in there as soon as they became available to pre-order. I got mine ordered. I maybe talked a wee bit too much here already, so I'll show you the model. This is a sort of a work in progress diorama. I'm not an expert in diorama building, but I've sort of tried to like dirty up the floor like it's a proper working garage. I don't want it to look like a lab. I want to maybe get like a wee tire machine and stuff in there. But anyway, I picked that wee STP 4-post lift in there from Greenlight, and I do like I worked in tire depots back in the early 2000s, and that's one thing I liked about the design is that it doesn't have like a frame or anything, because that's how I remember real 4-post lifts, with your foot to just walk straight in, and there was nothing that you were tripping over. I liked that it was actually just 4 posts, because that's how the 4-post lift should be. And on the 4-post lift here, I've got the big brother. I've had this here a wee while now, maybe a year and a half or so, or more, maybe coming 2 years. That's the Alfa Romeo 156. It's another one of my pretty much favourite models, probably a model I'll never part with. A lot of guys who like to collect the models maybe won't get why I like to change the wheels on the models. They maybe say it affects originality and stuff, but I always normally try to do it with the model can be put back completely original. Plus, these are my own personal models. I'm not buying them to resell them. I'm not intending to anyway, not in the near future. And I like to have my models on display as if it was like a real car I would own. And any of these models I buy, I don't just buy them for the sake of buying the model. I buy them because I do like that particular car. And yeah, I like to have them sitting how I would have the real car sitting. There you are. It's the first ever 118 scale Alfa Romeo 145, and I do praise Automobile for doing that, and not just continuing to make remakes, but bringing out something that has never been made before. I do believe because of that, these will be more collectible and probably of higher value in the future. Another 1/18 scale model that I would like to get my hands on is the Fiat Coupe 20 valve turbo, which they are quite hard to find. If Otto is going to make any more remakes, which I wish they would produce another one of those. In terms of flaws, I can thankfully say that I don't see any flaws on this model. It's painted very, very well. It's put together well. Everything's sitting correct. There's nothing missing or nothing broken. There's the paint looks fantastic, fantastically smooth. Of course, with the sealed models, you can't always get in to see to inspect the interior fully, but from what I can see, everything is presented well. Yes, so that's the reverse of the Alfa Romeo 145 I had. Of course, would have been right-hand drive, but yes, I can. So for me, this is a very nice model to add into my collection, and it does spur back some memories looking around the shape of the car. And yes, for that wee Alfa Romeo 145 I had in real life, did get many a car wash by myself and polish and stuff back in the days. So I did. It's a body shape, but I have memories of studying quite well. Alright, so I did my usual thing there where, yeah, I chopped and changed 3 different wheels and tried different options, and then I remembered something that I had, which I showed you earlier on in the video. Boom! Once I seen these wheels, I had to give it a try. And yeah, I think it looks fire. Check it out. I think that looks cool, but perhaps isn't the usual like flashy aftermarket wheel that I do. It's unusual for me to do like an OEM plus style thing, but I just think that suits that car so well. And I haven't. All I did, I shaved the wee lugs down on the wheels, so I could put the lower profile tyres. But I could put the automobile tires, just slide them back onto them wheels, and put them back onto that GTA 156 should I ever choose to. But I don't think I'm ever going to do that. Like these are two models. I have to say, this is maybe I'm biased, but I think that 145 Alfa Romeo is my favourite automobile model I've ever owned. I love that. That's amazing. And yeah, that's maybe because I used to own one of them, and I used to own the red one. I wished I had it looked like that, and I wished it hadn't been as crazy as what the mine was. But that's for me. That's why I collect these things, just to get, and why I do change wheels and that sort of thing on them, because that looks stunning. That's something I don't think I'll ever part with. I love that model, and it's going to look so good beside the wee Alpha 156 there as well. So yeah, I've been joined by Oscar, and he was eating chocolate cookies downstairs. So forgive him, the wee man. And yeah, as I was saying, that Alfa Romeo 145, that's a work of art. That's one of those models I believe I'll never part with. That's why they're going to be so collectible and worth so much money in the future, because guys like me is going to want them, and badly. The guys who did own those cars as guys was really going to want that model. So yeah, and as I did say earlier in the video, that I was one of the first guys on the first day of the pre-orders. I was straight in there, and I did see what I'm number 816. Oh, yeah. I'm number 816. So that must have been like on the first day of those being released. So I don't know, what was it, say 1500. So whoever did buy the rest of those, yes, they really wanted it, or yes, if it's for resale and you see one for sale, get that thing bought. That's a lovely model. And it turned out what I'd toy with the wheels to see what would sit to it. I could put any wheel in that car, and it still looked amazing. I had those sitting, and I just thought they looked so right for it. Yeah. Anyway, I maybe talked a wee bit too much there, but I hope you enjoyed that video. I have a couple of videos that I'm trying to sort of put together something for. I have another one on 3D printed wheels, but I'm just waiting to get the time so I can do a video good to do them justice. But I have another very special model that's coming from very far away. I'm looking forward to seeing. Looking forward to showing all you guys too. But yeah, so hit subscribe and stay tuned, and you never know what's going to turn up on this channel, Retro Phil 82. Bye bye.